Hey there, it's Donna, and I am into kind of a new thing because it's extremely healthy. So I've been doing this about a week, making my own homemade kefir, and I wanted to show you what that would, why I'm doing it and how you do it. So first of all, kefir is a highly nutritious fermented drink with over 50 to 60 different strains of probiotics. So for your gut, it puts all that good stuff in that may be because of a poor diet or taking antibiotics or whatever. Maybe you don't have the best gut health. They also say that your intestines, your gut, is the second brain of your body. It helps with immunity and all sorts of things. In fact, I'm going to tell you what it does for you. It can boost the immune system. It prevents tumor growth. It assists in lactose digestion. So if you're lactose intolerant, this might be something that you can use. It reduces foodborne germs. It helps in preventing and treating gastrointestinal problems. It lowers cholesterol. It cleanses the digestive system. It regulates metabolism. It reduces anxiety and depression. It reduces skin problems such as eczema and acne, and it helps treat liver disease and assists in weight loss. So those are pretty good credentials for taking this product. Now, have you ever heard of it before? So it is found in the grocery store. You can find kefir in the dairy section of a grocery store, but they've tested it and they have found it doesn't have hardly any of the good stuff that homemade kefir has. And so you really, if you want the benefits, you have to make it at home. And it's so simple, it's so stinking simple. I'm going to show you how. I've got here I've got my kefir that I have been fermenting for 24 hours. Now, it's just regular cow's milk that I'm using. You can use goat milk. Probably the best would be raw milk, but I don't have that. You just don't want to use ultra pasteurized milk or that, you know, a lot of times you'd think organic milk would be the best, but it has been that ultra pasteurization and it kills off so much, and so it's not the best milk for that. You want to get just regular milk or really good quality milk to do this. So this is ready to do. And kefir is made with what they call kefir grains. Now, it's not like a seed you plant or anything. It's a little culture of bacteria and yeast, and it's good bacteria and good yeast, things that your body needs that a lot of our bodies don't have. So I'm going to take the lid off this. I don't know if you can see inside there. The grains have risen to the top. I'm going to stir it up. I kind of let this go maybe an hour or two longer than I should have. It's about every 24 hours. So I like to do mine in the morning. I started it, well, when I started it, I had to set my alarm to get up at 6 a.m. one morning, just when I was waking my grains up and just getting this whole thing started. So, okay, it's ready to strain. Now, you need something to strain it in. You need a strainer, and this is a nylon strainer. I actually like this one better. When I ordered these off Amazon, and when you open the package, don't let the scissors cut it, because I have a little hole here because I just cut into the package and I actually snipped my nylon. It still works. I like it. It's a little bit bigger. Here's a fine mesh strainer. I don't know what this mesh is made out of. If it's stainless steel, then you can use it. But if it's just another metal, you don't want to use it because kefir grains do not like metal. They like plastic or glass. And so this one could work, but it doesn't have a lot of holes, so I like this one the best. And it will rest on my glass. So I'm going to just dump my kefir into this. And you can see it's lumpy. Well, oh, I'm getting way too much. I dumped more than what I intended, so it'll probably go out my little hole that I have. But it's going to you're straining off the kefir from the kefir grains. And you want all of this to strain. I just kind of push it around to help it go through. Now, it's like a liquid yogurt, kind of. And so I'm going to take this off of the bottom to kind of release that so more will easily go out. Okay, got to get it all out. And like I said, you do this every 24 hours. Now, if you say, okay, I'm kefired out, yeah, I just don't, you know, I need to take a break, or you're leaving for the weekend or whatever, and you can't take care of your kefir, you stick it in the refrigerator with some milk. It has to have milk in order to live. It lives off of that lactose and the stuff that's in milk, the sugars in milk. And so it has to have that in order to live. So you can see a lot of it is going through here. I'm going to, now, this has been made with 2% milk. Last week I made it with low-fat milk because I didn't want the fat in there. You know, you can make it with whole milk. It probably likes whole milk the best, but I'm just trying to cut down on some of my fat. But it's not the fat in the milk, the cream, that it's living off of. It's the sugars in the milk. And so it takes the sugar out of the milk, which is wonderful. Now I'm really pushing this through, trying to get down to kind of a yellow color because the grains are kind of yellow. Now I've got more to do here. I need to get the rest of this in. Now I'm going to just keep this jar over here because I'm going to use that jar again. It's still got some grains in there that clung to the side. I'm going to keep working it. I find this fun to do, actually. My husband and I have been drinking a cup every night before we go to bed. They say it helps you sleep. I've heard it helps with melatonin and that sort of thing. Okay, we're getting it down. I'm going to scrape some off the bottom again to get that extra down there. Your grains will grow, and so you'll get too many, and you're going to need to do something with them. They say they're wonderful for the garden. You can eat a grain, just eat a grain, kind of like a little vitamin pill. You can feed them to your kids. One grain, you don't want to just fill them up on that. Your pets love them, so you can feed your extra ones to your pets, and it really helps them. Notice how it's much smaller now. Now these are the grains. I might keep pushing just a little bit more. Pull it off the bottom until I get most of that off of the grain, most of that milk off the grain. It's the kefir. And once you do that, see, it's now kind of yellow in there. Now I've got my grains, and we use these to start another batch. So your kefir grains can live for years and years and years if you don't kill them. Metal can kill them, heat will kill them, so you want to keep everything cold or room temperature. Like I said, if you need to go someplace, you can put them in a jar with a full jar of milk and put it in your refrigerator, and you can leave it there for a couple of weeks or so. If there is a way to freeze them too, if you need to do it longer than that, you can Google all that. There's tons of information, tons of videos on YouTube on how to do this. Okay, I am ready now to put my grains back into my jar. Okay, and if you have one and you want to taste it, it's okay. Yeah, don't taste bad at all. Okay, I see I've still got some on the bottom. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, now I'm going to clean up this lid. Hey, Bill. would you go out into the garage and get my milk in the glass bottle, please? I forgot to bring my milk in. You have to have milk in order to start your mixed batch, and I forgot to bring my milk in. Okay, so this is the jar that has the kefir grains in it. I'm gonna fill it up. I'm gonna leave it, you know, about an inch because it creates CO2. And you also just set your lid on there and not set it tight. You don't seal it tight because, you know, it has to have a chance to let the gas escape. Thank you. Okay, so I'm trying to use really good quality milk, but like I said, as long as it's not ultra pasteurized, then it's good. Okay, just about filled it up to where I want it. And then you stir it. In fact, I made a little word here, stir, a little note so that I would remember to stir this to get those cultures throughout the milk. Okay. And now I'm just going to just gently set this on, just one screw maybe. I actually have a ball jar that is made for fermenting, and maybe I could, you know, screw it on tight and it still has a way to vent, but I just set it on there. And then you either set it on your counter or you set it in a cupboard and you leave it for 24 hours. So tomorrow at noon, I need to do this again. All right, now we've got all of our kefir that we have harvested. This is the kefir that I had, that I took out. It was a second ferment. You can see it's starting to separate into curds and whey. You just shake it up, but this is ready to use. If you do a second ferment, then it will, it even increases in more vitamins and all the good stuff. It's just really good for it. So you get a clean jar, and this time you're going to put the lid on tight. Okay, so I've got about 3 cups of this. We will drink that before tomorrow. So Bill drinks about a cup, maybe a cup and a quarter a day, cup and a half. I drink about a cup and a half. So we always have it before we go to bed. And then I usually have leftover. I make it into a smoothie most of the time. It's delicious in a smoothie. I usually add fruit. You can do, there's all sorts of recipes, but I just usually add fruit. You could put a little sweetener in there if you wanted to. Usually the fruit is sweet enough. I usually don't put it in there, and we just mix it in our blender as a smoothie, and it's really, really good. So we haven't gotten too creative with it. I had my first Yuck Yum yesterday that has all sorts of additional high nutritious things like hemp seeds and cinnamon and all sorts of things. And it was very tasty. That would be like an entire meal. I will post a recipe for that, but there it is. Now, because this is just my first ferment, I'm ready for the second ferment. So I'm going to pour this out because yesterday was the first time I did this, but I usually, for the second ferment, I either put a couple of raisins or 3 or 4 blueberries or a strawberry or 2 in there to help it, give it a little bit of food. But yesterday, I put a lemon peel. So I'm gonna put that back into it. They said you can use it over and over. And I've got another lemon peel in there someplace. Yeah, here we go. There we go. I'm gonna drop that in there. And then I'm going to shake it, get that all shaken up. And then I'm gonna put that for another 24 hours to ferment as a second ferment. So now what we have, this right here, is my kefir that has been fermented twice. I'm gonna put it back in the jar. And this is what we're going to drink today. And get all those good things in our gut. So I'll put this in the refrigerator. I hope that was helpful. I hope you're curious. Now, my kefir grains are growing. So if you live close to me and you want some of my grains, I have grains to share. They're stored, my extra ones, I'm just kind of storing in the refrigerator in a little half-pint mason jar with some milk on it. And they can be mailed. I got mine, I ordered my grains off of Amazon, and it came with an ebook to help me learn what to do. And so you can do that. I think I paid, you know, $15 or something for them, but I have them to share if you're close and you want some, and maybe I can mail them to you too. We'll see. All right, bye-bye.